Alright, this is a tutorial on how to do the infinite flutter skip in Bowser's Galaxy Generator for Galaxy to any percent. If you're not familiar with infinite fluttering, I strongly suggest learning it. There's a good tutorial video on how to do it that I'll try and link in the description or be at the start of my tutorial playlist. So first of all, you should have Cloud Mario, and you should have one cloud on the end of the second so you can cloud boost over here. Now you're going to land on Yoshi. And now, there's two flutters in this trick here. So for this first flutter, it's really easy. Just head up right, side flip facing down left, and just hold up. And the reason why you want to side flip and don't spin is so you get the maximum amount of height from each infinite flutter and still have enough speed to land. So we'll look at something like that. You want to land on this wall here. Now you want to walk over to the edge here, and I'm going to try to show off two different variants you can do this. The method I used to use, which I think is kind of consistent, is you jump facing right, so like around here. Do one full flutter without infinite fluttering, and then just keep doing flutters. You notice my speed is kind of, Yoshi's kind of stopping after each flutter, and that's okay. And once you pass the third spire, okay, I actually dismounted really late there. You want, once you reach this third pillar is when you want to dismount, so I'll try and show that off again. I got plenty of lives. This is somewhat of a complicated flutter to learn, and that's why I would really only recommend doing this strat if you really want to play it safe on the flutter. It is a little close sometimes. Okay, so I kind of got caught on the wall there. Kind of try to do half flutters here. You don't want to go too high when you're doing this. Alright, so dismount right before that third pillar is typically when you want to do it with this strat. And if everything goes right, you should just be able to land right around here. Really safe, really consistent, even though I failed it the first time. But that's because I'm used to the other method, which I'll now show. This next method I'll show gives you a lot more leniency. I'm actually going to show, in this instance, the optimal version of this flutter, which is known as top shelf. If I can land on this flame, that would be nice. So we're going to do this first flutter. This first flutter is the same no matter what you do. If you want to try to be optimal, don't land on the platform as soon as you can. Kind of try to get one more flutter here so you get a bit more speed. Now, for here, you're going to add a shake to the start of this flutter, and you're not going to ever drop a flutter. To do this the best way, what I usually do is I start doing a shake, and then you do one really long flutter, and then a bunch of half flutters. Don't go too low too quickly when you do this, and don't go too high. And I'll show why for both of those once I do this. So, it'll look something like... I'm going to try to aim to not only land on this platform, but I'm also going to land on this top platform here, known as top shelf. So, let's do this. And the reason why you want to add that shake is because you get a lot more leniency in speed and also when you can dismount. So wait a little bit until you pass that. I actually dismounted late there. I didn't feel late today. Try that again. I'll try and show that off this one. I might still be able to make it with that, but that was a really bad start. Alright, so that's a really good time to dismount. And as you can see, even with that failure, I landed on... So that's top shelf. Basically, combine this good starting flutter with the timing of the dismount, and you should always be able to land here using that strat. It seems a lot more difficult, but it really isn't, and it saves a few extra seconds over doing over just landing on the bottom. But you can also land on the bottom platform if you choose to with that flutter. You just dismount earlier if you don't feel comfortable doing it. Now I'm going to show you why you want to maintain control of your height when doing these flutters. If you saw the last time I did that flutter, I kind of dipped low a little early. And you really want to avoid that if possible, because otherwise something like this will happen. And now I can't make it, so I'm going to enter this gravity field. There's a backup to this. You enter this gravity field, and from here, you're going to want to start infinite fluttering. And try to make it all the way to these grappling hooks and avoid the magmas there. So you kind of want to use the grappling hooks to reset your flutter, and just keep fluttering, and dismount. And that still saves time over even doing the... Oh, I did not mean to exit level. I meant to die. My bad. So I'm going to have to spend a couple minutes getting there again, but you'll get to see the level in its entirety now. So just skip like the next minute and a half of this video if you want to see why you don't want to go too high, because that's actually the worst case scenario of doing this flutter. Alright, I lied. I'm actually gonna try to get one more successful run through a top shelf just so you can see what it looks like. Like I said, this method of the flutter isn't that hard, and you should definitely learn this if you're good at infinite fluttering. So basically all you would do here is the end of this corner. So that, I dipped a little early there, but you can save yourself if you do good flutters. And again, I messed up a little bit, but I think I should be able to top shelf this. There you go. I'm not gonna try that anymore because I don't want to spend too much longer here, and you probably want to see what happens if you go too high. Because it's actually a pretty unfortunate case. This also happens if you... This can happen even if you're just on top of that fortress there, on top of the wall. So just make sure you don't do that. Anyway, so now I'm going to purposely do full flutters on every single one of these. I need to reset that. I don't know why I'm not getting a good shake here. Alright, so this is what happens if you go too high. As you can see, I just got caught up in a different field of gravity. You might be wondering where I am. I just got caught up in the gravity field of the previous planet, which is... You'll see it in a second. This one. Oh, I died. Well, that's actually useful. Actually, I don't know if you can dismount right now. Excuse me, I'm just going to start testing something around. But yeah, you get caught in that gravity field. If you do it wrong enough, you can actually begin infinitely orbiting around that planet. And that is essentially a soft lock. And you will have to exit the level and re-enter, which wastes around 2 minutes. So... I'm trying to show the soft lock off. Because it actually does look kind of funny. Yoshi is not wanting to cooperate right now. there we go. I'm going to dismount and then just ground pound, and I think this will work the way I want it to. Alright, so this is what happens. You just kind of orbit around this planet endlessly. Don't go too high when you do that flutter. Alright, so that's kind of the tutorial on the galaxy generated flutter. Sorry that that video was kind of a bit lengthy, but if you have any issues with that, just ask me in the comments and I'll do the best that I can to answer you. And with that, I hope that helps you. It's definitely worth learning that flutter, by the way, because otherwise you have to deal with the long Yoshi section and a bunch of auto-scrollers. So, see ya, and peace, I guess.